So we'll just start in a couple minutes, just 1 or 2 or 3. I see your face now and I recognize you. I'll give you 1 more minute, people who aren't here, to get here. Yeah, just 2 blocks for practice, and a belt, or a belt-like thing, like a hand towel. Hi, Claire. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, I'm really happy to be back teaching. I had about a month-long hiatus, and my whole world is flipped upside down, moving across the U.S. to, hi Antoinette, to my hometown. What's really cool is that I get to teach in this yoga studio, which is my friend Kelly's. We grew up together. We went to elementary school, and now she has 2 yoga studios. So that works out for me, and I get to teach here. So it's wonderful. But as I was saying, I'm really happy to be teaching again because it's creating normalcy in my life, which I know we all really need, which is why we're all here for practice. So just know I really appreciate your presence, and I'm happy you're all here, okay? So let's do this. We're gonna start on our backs. You'll take your 2 blocks and you'll have them both handy. The one that's on your right side, I want you to have on the lowest level, and you're going to nestle it right up against your outer hip. The other one's going to be on the medium height, and it's going to be a little bit further away from your mat. And then recline yourself down, lay on your back. So lay yourself down and have your belt handy. Okay, bend your knees, put your feet on the floor. And I want you to just feel your back on the ground, your whole back body, really, I should say. And just lay here for a few breaths as you work on just spreading and settling into this time that you've created for yourself. Start to deepen your breathing pattern so that your breath feels much more nourishing. So the quality of your breath should be very clearly different than utilitarian breath that you use throughout the day, that kind of unconscious breathing pattern. Bring some intelligence into how you're breathing. Big, voluminous inhales, long, slow exhales. And as you continue breathing like that, just draw your right knee in towards your chest. Wrap your hands around the front of your shin and give it a little bit of a squeeze so that you can press your right thigh down towards your belly. And then just open it slightly to the right and then bring it back to the center. And you're just going to do this a few times, coaxing the leg into like an externally rotated position and then back to neutral. Just 1 or 2 or 3 times. Okay? And then take your leg back in front of your chest, grab your belt and loop your foot up into that belt. Make it nice and snug, tight fit around the foot. And extend the leg up towards the ceiling. Now your hands will walk up the belt so your elbows are straight. Your left foot will flex and you'll make contact with the floor as you slide your heel all the way forward with the left leg straight. And then push your set of hamstrings down like you want to touch the floor with your left hammies. It's not going to happen because your butt's in the way, but push down anyway. Spread the toes on both of your feet. Kick up through the belt and plug down through your right femur. You're welcome to use your right hand to move the outer hip down, or you can keep both hands plugged up on the belt and work your right outer hip with your hip, okay? Couple of big breaths. Every inhale, make your chest wider, your collarbones wider. Every exhale, move your pubic bone down and away from your belly button, like you're trying to stretch out your low belly even more. Just 2 more breaths. Find an inner spiral of your left leg. Last breath. Take your right leg and open it to the side until your hip/leg lands on that low level block. It's meant to be a boundary so you don't go too deep. Take the belt underneath your neck, hold it in your left hand on the left side of the mat, and start to pull on the belt as you pulley your right foot up towards the side of your skull. Or maybe it's nowhere near your skull, and that's perfect as well. Open your right arm wide. You don't need to hang onto the belt. Spread your collarbones, spread your chest, and then see if you can brighten up your legs with more activation. Pull your right femur really actively and deeply into your right hip socket. Lovely breaths. So even if you're working, quite a bit in your physical body, your breath should always remain graceful and calm and rich. Last breath. Take your leg back up towards the ceiling. Unloop your neck. And then just bend your knee in towards the chest. Remove the belt from your foot while you can. And then just cross your leg over to that block that's on the far side of your mat. So we're going to take a supine spinal twist where I want you to back your left hip up. Open your chest up wide so your right arm reaches to the right. Then press your skull down and free up your left shoulder by inching it out to the left. Okay, and then if you want, you can take your right hand and just move the flesh of your right hip down, like you're squeezing your right sitting bone towards the left upper inner thigh. And then breathe up the left side of your rib cage and behind your left shoulder blade. Breathe out your right chest and your right lower ribs. Inhale should create a wrapping of your left back to the left. Exhale should roll the right chest to the right. Okay, come back onto your backs. Bring your pelvis to the middle of the mat. Left leg extends, right leg extends. Now take your hands to the back of your right leg and crawl them up as high as you'd like. And lift your skull, your head, your neck, and your shoulders up. Now look down the surface of your body towards your left leg. Inner spiral through the left leg, lift it a little bit off of the ground. Stay hollow throughout your front and rounded through your back. And just switch your legs, a scissor switch of the legs. And switch again so the right leg comes close. Take the left leg. And then the right leg. And then the left leg. Let your right heel come to the ground and then lay your back down. And then take your belt, loop up your right foot, and extend the leg up to the ceiling. Okay? The hands walk up the belt until your elbows are straight-ish, maybe totally straight. And then let the weight of your arms kind of drop in towards the shoulder blade sockets, okay? Floating on the back. Draw your shoulders down, spread your toes apart, and then both kick the heels away and plug the femurs in. And what that's specifically meant to do is bring continuity to the pelvis within this very asymmetric situation. Okay? Keep breathing. Firm both of your femurs down. In the left leg, that means towards the front of your mat. In the right leg, that means down to the earth. Every inhale, widen your chest. Every exhale, move your pubic bone down, away from your belly button. 2 more breaths. Last one here. Good. Okay. Open your leg to the side, letting your hip and your outer leg land on that low level block. So you're going to switch it. If you're really tight, a medium facet block will be more appropriate, but most of you will likely use a low level or a pillow or a whatever you're using. Loop the belt underneath your neck and then hold the belt in your right hand, extending your right arm out to the side. Left hand drops the belt and you just spread across the chest. Pull on your left foot as much as feels appropriate. Firm your right leg, and then rather than just being like a wet noodle, kind of complacent in this pose, participate with it. So firm up your legs, and then draw your left femur head deeper into the hip socket, which will draw your left sitting bone down. Okay, breathe in. And breathe out. And again, inhale. And exhale. And then unloop your neck. Take your leg back up towards the ceiling. And then bend your knee in towards the chest and remove your belt. And because I forgot, keep your knee bent. Nestle your thigh closer to your belly. And just a couple of times, we'll just do this in a different order this round. Open your leg up to the side, and then take it back in front of left chest. And then open it to the side. We're going to do this a few times. So when you open the leg to the side, the shape is going to be really relevant today for where we're going, which is why we're doing it right at the start of class. Bring the leg back in front of your chest. Extend your leg up towards the ceiling and walk your hands up in the direction of your calf, your ankle, your heel. And then pull with your arms a little bit and lift your upper body up. Now, try to hollow out your belly by moving your navel down towards your back. And then look at your right leg, lift it up and spin it inwardly. So your kneecap and toes point up. Now, stay lifted through your back and just switch your legs. And switch again. Take your left leg. Take the right leg close. Take the left leg. Last time, switch. Take hold of the right leg. Relax your shoulders down. Take a happy baby pose, catching pinky toe edges of feet, or gripping onto ankles, or if you're feeling extra tight, just hang on to the back of the knees. But draw your thighs down and then roll your tailbone towards the floor. Big inhale, fill your belly up like a balloon, breathing up between your inner thighs. And exhale. Draw your knees in towards your chest. And you can rock up into a seated pose. Set up a conscious seat for yourself, whether you're sitting on a pillow, a blanket, a block. But do elevate your butt. Okay? And then just get settled. Rest your hands somewhere comfortably on your lap. You might even fold them if you're sitting in Virasana. Close your eyes, and every time we come to this seat, we look to bring intelligence and consciousness to this seat, as basic as that. Not a lot going on, but there is this presence and this shift in your perspective, and a clearer lens that you're seeing the world through when you align the body energetically and physically as you are right now. So grow tall through your limited to just your crown at the top and the pelvic floor at the bottom, but think about dropping a root system down below your tail, all the way into the earth, and extending this line of energy up through your crown, way up, beyond our own atmosphere and into the universe. Okay, so feel like you're both grounding down and rising up at the same time, continuously and always. Be wide across your chest. And when you've organized the body in this way, you have an opportunity to just see what's on your mind, almost as you're a third party looking in on your own personal state. When we do this, we have to do so with compassion, so that we're holding ourselves with a lot of tender love, especially in this really vulnerable time. Okay, this time of uncertainty. So be kind with and for yourself and to yourself. Take your hands into a prayer at your heart. Let's all breathe in together. Fill up your lungs to capacity. Out the mouth, let it go. Super slow inhale. We'll sound Om together. Lift your heart, bow your head. Release your palms into your lap and level your chin with the earth. And blink your eyes open. Okay. So situate one of your blocks at the back of your mat, one of your blocks at the front of your mat. Both are going to be the front at some point during class, okay? And then take your belt and put it where you normally would consider the front of your mat, okay? And then face the front of your mat on hands and knees. You'll actually come into an extended child's pose. I'm going to face the camera for now, just so you can see what this is. But I want you to extend the arms forward, let your forehead lay down on the mat, and prop up onto your fingertips. Now spin your armpits in towards your face, widen your shoulder heads, and just breathe into the sides of the waist. Big inhale, and exhale, empty out. As you breathe in, look forward with your eyes, with your chest, and then stand up and interlock your fingers above the head. Turn the hands inside out so the palms are facing up, and then shift your pubis forward. Draw your right knee into your chest, and you're just going to open it to the side for a very modified Parigasana or gate pose. Squeeze your knee towards your heel towards your knee. Push up through your palms like you're holding the ceiling up. Squeeze your skull and take a side stretch over towards your bent leg. And pause for a sec, and I want you to hook your right hip down so it gives you a longer right waist. Push up with your right hand more. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, lean a little bit deeper and take your elbow inside of the knee. Option 1. Option 2, reach down and grab your ankle. Now, spin by pushing your arm into your leg to help you rotate your chest up, up, up. Take an inhale. As you exhale, circle your top arm down. Reach it all the way back up to the ceiling with an in-breath. I want you to let your spine kind of undulate a little. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, circling the palm to the floor. Modified side plank on your left side. Left palm goes down, right foot turns in, opposite arm comes up and over your head. Be as long as you can and be curvy rather than linear, okay? So even extend your fingertips down towards the floor. Push your rib cage up. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to come into an asymmetric squat. I want you to turn your left foot towards the top of your mat and then sit on your left heel, okay? Your right foot is propped on the ground and you'll lean towards your right.
back to the ground, and you'll just twist your chest open to the left, reaching the arm open and up. Big inhale. As you exhale, circle the arm over your head and to the floor. Now, hands and knees with your right leg extended. Okay, turn your right foot in. Inhale, arch the back for a cow spine. Exhale, round your spine like cat pose. And do this again. Inhale, arch the back, lift your sitting bones up. And exhale, round your back, hook your tail down. Good. Inhale, come to a regular cow pose. Arch the back, both knees on the floor. Exhale, extended child's pose. Walk your fingertips forward, drop your skull down. Big inhale to the sides of the waist. Breathe your back body up. Exhale, breathe out. Look forward with your eyes. Look forward with your sternum. Stand up on your shins. Interlock your fingers above the head. Baddha Kolasana, round 2. Shift your weight slightly to your right shin. Draw your left knee up. Play with the balance. Open the leg up. Step the foot down. Magnetize heel towards knee, knee towards heel. Push up, up, up. And then start to side bend while you're hooking your left hip crease down. So it's not a rounded spine, it is linear. Get as long as you can. And then as you exhale, reach down, either elbow inside of knee or the hand can clasp your ankle. They're pretty close to the same option anyway. And then push your arm into your leg and turn, turn, turn. Heart opens up towards the ceiling. Big inhale. Top arm circles down to the floor. Reach it all the way back up. Inhale. Exhale, the arm comes down. And again, breathe in, reach up. Exhale, the arm comes down and the palm grounds. Your left foot turns in, left arm reaches up and over your head. It should kind of flow intuitively, hopefully, for all of you. Curl your fingertips towards the floor. Push your left rib cage up. And then swivel your right shin towards the back of your mat. Sit on your right heel and then lean to the left. Fingertips will tap down and the right arm opens to the ceiling. Feels so nice. Big inhale. Exhale, arm comes overhead. Hands and knees, left leg extends. Tuck the toes. Inhale, arch the back looking up. Exhale, round your spine. Drop your skull, hook your tail. And again, breathe in, open the chest. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, both knees down, cow spine, look up. Exhale, take downward facing dog. Okay, now, if you were in a funky place on your mat, do make sure you're facing the top of your mat. And then just be still as you can in this downward facing dog. Little bend in your knees, point your sitting bones up, and then use your back to shift your chest way, way back towards your legs. So detach yourself from the thought that you need to have straight legs in downward facing dog. Little bend in the knees will help you to really pick the sitting bones up higher towards the ceiling. And as you breathe in, raise your right leg up and keep your hips square. And as you exhale, step forward to your right thumb. Put your back knee down on the ground, grab your block. Okay, I'm gonna use mine on the medium height. Straighten your front leg and flex your foot coming into a half split. Now, you'll slide your heel forward to any degree until it stacks your pelvis over your knee or maybe slightly forward of your knee. Now, come up as high as you need to with the block. And as you breathe in, open the chest and look up. And as you exhale, undulate yourself down towards your mat. And do this again. Inhale, roll up through your back, looking forward. Exhale, undulate the spine down. Only one more time. Inhale, come on up. Exhale and undulate down. Now as you breathe in, open the collarbones. I want you to slide your right heel back and then come into a lunge, reaching the block forward. Leave it there. Back heel rotates to the ground and you'll windmill up into your warrior two. Okay, first time, just straighten your front leg. Arms come up and over your head just to reset your right hip. And then as you exhale, bend your front knee so your thigh bone drops really heavy towards the earth. Okay, you're gonna stay here and build heat. Maybe go a little bit deeper than you might want to so that you're using these big muscle groups in your quads and your hamstrings and your glutes to really build heat forward. Bring your arms behind your back. Either hook your thumbs, interlock your fingers, put the heels of the hands together, or spread apart. You choose which one works for you, and then fold back down into your legs. Okay? Slide your shoulders away from your ears onto the back, and then push the sitting bones up without jamming the knees back. 2 breaths only. Inhale and exhale. 1 more in. Exhale, empty. Fingertips to the floor. Inhale, lift your chest, turn your feet out, and take Skandasana on the left. Okay? I want you to bend your left knee. If your heel naturally pops off of the floor, just move your pubic bone back and your sternum up, up, up. Look to elongate the front line of the body. And then turn towards the left side of your mat to your new front. Rotate your back heel to the ground. Grab your block and take a triangle pose, straightening your left leg, reaching right arm up to the ceiling. Okay? I'm using a block underneath my hand because it's early in class and I need it for my own body. If you don't need it, you don't need it. Top arm internally rotates. You'll reach behind your back and take a half bind. I like to lift up and kind of nestle my hand in and then settle back down. Okay? Take your left shoulder down the back so it's integrated on your own back, and then gaze over your right shoulder towards the ceiling. Just 2 breaths. While you're breathing, hook your tailbone towards your right heel. Breathe out. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right arm reaches back up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend your front knee, hands to the ground. Put your block back. Inhale, step into a plank pose. As you exhale, put your knees on the ground and shift your butt back. I want you to roll up through your back and take your fingers behind you. Not a big back bend, but it is a quad stretch and a hip flexor stretch. So hook your tailbone under and then widen your chest. Your elbows are likely bent and you're leaning back. And then come into cow pose. Tuck your toes, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg lifts. Exhale, step forward to left thumb, put your right knee on the ground, grab your block. As you straighten your front leg, shift your pelvis back, flex the foot, and then slide the heel forward as far as is appropriate in your body. 3 undulations. Inhale, lift your chest, spread your toes. Exhale and fold. And again, inhale, roll up through your back. Exhale, release down through the front. 1 more, inhale, round up. Exhale and release. Come all the way upright as you inhale. Exhale, pull your heel back, come into a lunge. Block returns forward, back heel rotates. Up into warrior 2, windmilling the arms, sink down low. Inhale, straighten the leg, just to reset your hips. And then come back into your warrior 2, extending the arms. Stay here, build heat. Come on down so that potentially your thighs parallel to the floor. And again, breathe in. And breathe out. As you inhale, straighten both legs. Turn your feet in. Exhale, circle your arms behind your back. Interlock your fingers, left thumb on top. Inhale, stretch your chest up. Exhale, fold into your legs. Arc your arms forward, but secure your blades on your back. Just 3 breaths. Inhale. As you exhale, make sure you shift some weight to the balls of the feet. Again, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Last one, in. And out. Inhale, fingertips to the ground. Chest lifts, feet turn out. Exhale, Skandasana, right side. Bend your right knee. Good. Now, move your pubis back, your sternum up. Super long front line of the body. Everyone looks great. And then turn towards the front of your mat to the right side. Rotate your back heel to the ground and straighten your leg for triangle pose on the second side. The left arm reaches up. Inwardly spin your arm and then take your half bind. If you want to lift your torso and work the hand further towards your inner thigh, you can, and then settle back down. Now, it's really easy to be in a big back bend with your butt kind of bowing back. Hook your tailbone towards your left heel and then potentially lean back and rotate a little bit more. Stay here, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Just one more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, left arm reaches back up. Exhale, take a lunge on the floor, move your block. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, knees down, butt goes back, roll up through your spine. Fingers behind you, hook your tailbone under, and you can lift a little bit more. Shoulders onto the back. Exhale, butt to the heels. Take cow pose, breathe in, arch the back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, listen, breathe in, right leg lifts. Exhale, step forward to right thumb. This is different. Inhale, straighten your front leg, flex the foot, look up. Exhale, rebend the knee, rotate your back heel to the floor. Inhale, come up to warrior two. Exhale, settle a little deeper. Inhale, straighten front leg, turn your foot in, both feet turn out. Exhale, goddess pose, bend your knees, come down nice and low. Now we'll take a side bend to the right. As you inhale, left arm sweeps over your head. And as you exhale, circle the arm forward and round your spine and come back to neutral. Inhale, right arm overhead, lean to your left. Exhale, circle the arm forward, come back to neutral. Inhale, straighten your knees, reach up to the ceiling, turn your feet in. Exhale, fold into your legs, fingertips to the ground this time. Inhale, extend your spine, turn your feet out. Exhale, bend your knee. Turn towards the other side of your mat. Back heel rotates, front leg straightens. Right arm reaches up. Stay with your arm above your head. Just circle it so that you have a long right edge. Exhale into a lunge. Breathe in, plank pose, either on fingertips or palms. Exhale, knees down. Extended child's pose, roll up. Little bigger back bend. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, sit on your heels. This time, launch to a plank. Tuck your toes, strong legs. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step to your left thumb. Inhale, straighten front leg, potentially flex your foot. Exhale, rebend your knee, back heel to the floor. Inhale, take your time. Lift up to warrior two. You settle and clarify through your exhale. Inhale, both legs straighten. Turn your left foot in, and the feet turn out. Exhale, goddess pose, down nice and low. Lean over the left side, right arm reaches over your head. Exhale, round, and then come back to neutral, lift your heart. Inhale, left arm reaches over your head. Exhale, round your spine, and then lift your sternum. Inhale, straighten the legs, turn your feet in, arms up. Exhale, fold into your legs. Inhale, elongate the spine, feet turn out. Exhale, Skandasana, right side. Turn towards the front of your mat. Back heel rotates, take your triangle pose through your exhale. Top arm just circles over your head. Exhale, fingertips to the floor or palms to the floor. Plank pose with an in-breath. Exhale, knees down, extended child's pose, roll up. Biggest prep for camel yet, opening the chest. Exhale, butt to the heels, now launch forward, plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths in your dog pose. In. Exhale, empty. And breathe in. Exhale, empty out. One more here, inhale. Bend your knees, look forward. Step, step, or hop to the top. Feet together now. Spine elongates, look up. Exhale and fold into your legs. Breathe in, stand up, reach your arms to the ceiling, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart, release your arms down. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, all the way up to the ceiling, gaze up. Exhale, fold into your legs, drop your skull. Inhale, spine extends forward beyond the toes. Exhale, step your right foot, left foot back to a plank, bend your elbows halfway to the floor. Put your pelvis and thighs down, keep your chest lifted. In fact, lift it higher and pull with your palms. Press through hands and knees, dog pose. 3 breaths, in and out. And again, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. 1 more in. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, either step or hop to the top. Inhale, spine elongates, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, stand up, Urdhva Hastasana or Namaskarasana with palms pressing. Exhale, hands to the heart, release your arms. And again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold to your legs. Inhale, spine stretches. Left leg leads this round. Step, elbows bend. Pelvis and thighs down. Lift up a little higher in this cobra. Pull with your palms. Roll over your toes with straight legs. Shift back to your dog. 3 here. I'm actually going to set you free now. I want you to take the next, 90-ish seconds and just keep flowing through your own Surya Namaskar A. You can be jumping, taking upward facing dogs. You can be taking knees, chest, chin. Make it your own, but about 1.5 minutes, okay? You can be continuously flowing, or you can hold long holds, okay? Totally up to you. I'm gonna be quiet and do one more round myself. So take the next 5 breaths to meet in downward facing dog. Okay, so you don't have to rush. Get there when you get there. Beautiful. Okay, normalize your breathing and just visualize this. We're going to be hopping into little inversions at the top of the mat and landing back in downward facing dog. What you'll do is take your legs into a Baddha Konasana shape and clap your feet together and then land back down. If you want a visual, you can look up at your screen. It's really weird, but the clapping of the feet helps to get the verticality through the lower half of your body. So it's going to look something like this. You'll bend your knees and look forward. Then you jump, and then you land. Okay, just like that. Hop up, clap, land back down. Do this a couple of times because it takes some experimenting. It takes some playing with just to see how much you can get your hips above your shoulders. That's it. Really nice, Antoinette. See if your feet can go above your butt rather than below your pelvic floor. Good, Sarah. Yes, excellent, excellent. Okay, do like one more. Don't wear yourself out. And then this last one, I want you to hop your feet forward into a squat. Feel free to clap your feet and then land the feet down at the top of your mat. Okay? If you need a block underneath your butt, use it, but your feet are going to be wide, and we're going to take an open twist. So crawl your right fingertips over to the right, left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Open your chest, turn your spine to the left. Take your left arm reach over your head, and then bring your fingertips down. Other side, I fingertips way, way out so your shoulder nestles in front of the inner knee. And then you'll reach your right arm open, turning your heart to the right side. That's it. Good. And then take your top arm over your head, and then bring your fingertips down to the floor. Turn your feet in and heel toe your feet so they're hips width distance apart. Yogi toe lock, bind down to your big toes. Now extend your spine forward, look up, and then pull your elbows out wide so that you're pressurizing your big toes down, and then pulling up against that downward pressure of your toes to move your torso down into your legs. Slide your shoulders away from your ears even more. Yes? Okay? And every time you breathe in, I want you to inch your front ribs down the thighs. Every time you exhale, just let your back body get broader and bigger. Okay, inhale, release your toes, look forward. Heel toe your feet wide again and come back down into your second squat. We're gonna bind now. You might need a belt, so if you're using a belt, have it in your left hand. Same thing as earlier, right hand walks out, left arm opens up towards the ceiling. Now, internally rotate your arms and reach behind your back so that you can bind the two hands together, either using your belt or just gripping fingers, okay? Now I want you to slide your hands down closer to the floor so that your chest can lift and turn to the left. And then look at the ground, lift your butt and start to heel toe your feet closer together until you can stand your weight on your left foot, okay? Lower your butt, look forward with your chest, and stand up, taking your leg with you, okay? Yeah, it takes like a little bit of a leap of faith. Beautiful. If you lose it, just hang on to the front of your knee. That's it, Claire, yes. And then look down, but don't be oriented totally down. Lightly place your foot back down to the floor, coming into your squat. Okay, so nice. Unbind, just open up the arms, and then we'll take the other side. So switch the belt into the other hand if you're using it. Okay, left fingertips walk way, way out. Right arm reaches up, you inwardly spin your arms, and then reach around your left hip, binding fingers or belt, okay? Heel toe your feet closer together. I want you to slide the hands down so your chest lifts up. Transfer your weight into your right foot. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Lower your butt, look forward with your chest, and come on up. Whoa, I'm really wobbly today. Okay, good, excellent. Now, see if you can lift your sternum up. Draw your left hip crease down. Yes, excellent. Okay, and then you'll look down, let your butt move back, and lightly land your foot down on the floor. Unbind. And then take the arms back down to the floor. So nice. Okay, hands to the ground. I want you to just step back to a plank pose. Now keep your toes tucked and just let your hips move forward towards the heels of the hands. Put a little bend in your elbows, wrap your elbow points back, and then pull with the heels of the hands so you get a big opening through your hip flexors. And then pike the hips up and back for dog pose. Okay, let's all take a huge breath in. I want you to open your mouth and sigh it out. Okay, moving on. Right leg lifts up. I want you to turn your hips open. Get height through your right leg. Exhale, square the hips and step forward to your right thumb. Take your left foot. I want you to widen it a squeak. Turn your heel to the floor. Come up to warrior one with your arms over your head. As you exhale, circle the arms back behind the body. Interlock your fingers. Straighten front leg. Slide your hands down your left upper inner thigh. Lift your heart. Exhale, bend your knee and bow forward. Humble warrior, devotional warrior. Inhale, fingertips to the ground. Lift your chest, look forward. Standing split. Lean forward onto your right leg. Left leg goes up to the ceiling. You can open your hips to get height. Exhale, pull your left knee in towards your forehead like you're curling up small. Palms down, inhale, step left foot, right foot to plank pose. As you exhale, shift back to your dog, bend your knees. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, your knees, your chest, and your chin to the floor. And then slide into cobra. You can lift higher. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, breathe in. We're just gonna keep moving. Hips turn open. Exhale, step forward. Widen your right foot, heel turns flat. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, circle arms behind the back. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, straighten the knee, the chest lifts. Exhale, bow forward. Head moves down, arms arc forward. Inhale, fingertips down, widen your collarbones, look up. Exhale, standing split. Right leg to the ceiling. Inhale, square your hips, pull your knee to your skull. Exhale, step to plank pose. Inhale, downward facing dog, bend your knees. Exhale, lunge forward, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra pose. Roll your shoulders back, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, take 2 breaths to calm your heart rate. One more. Okay, right leg elevates, breathe in. Hips square this time. Exhale, step forward to your right thumb. Turn your back heel down. Inhale, come on up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, arms lift up just briefly. And then you'll re-bend your front knee and then lean forward, nestling your right palm down to the floor or to a block inside of your right foot. Now, we're gonna take a bind. If you need your belt, hold it in your left arm, left hand, above, reaching up to the ceiling. It's gonna drape behind your body. Internally spin the arms and reach underneath your leg. Just like you did in your squat, I want you to stretch your arms long and then lift and turn your heart. Just 2 breaths in this bound Parsvakonasana. So inhale and exhale. One more in and breathe out, look down. Open up the collarbones, left arm reaches up. Exhale, left palm to the floor. Spin your back heel up, and I want you to rotate your heel to the left. You're gonna take a Kamakarasana. So first just stack your legs, separate the 2 legs, bend the knee and step the ball of the foot to the floor. Right arm reaches over your head, and you'll flip your dog, just to open up the right hip flexor. Good, take your palm to the ground. You can extend through a down dog split, and then put your foot to the floor. If you want a vinyasa, feel free to take one, but you don't have to. Okay, second side, left leg lifts up. Exhale, step forward to your left thumb. Spin your back heel flat and come up into your Warrior 2, taking your time. Straighten the leg, arms overhead just to reset your hips. Bend your front knee, lean forward, hand nestles down inside of the foot. Now create this full contact between your outer arm and inner knee. Internally rotate the arms. Belt is in your right hand if you're using it. Reach behind your back and interlock your fingers. Arms stretched long, you lean the torso back. Okay, 2 big breaths. Look over your right shoulder. One more. Unbind. And then bring your right palm to the floor. Swivel your right heel all the way up and over to the right. And your left leg will step back and behind the right leg to the floor. Ball of the foot down, turn your pelvis up, your pubis up, your heart up, and then lean back with your skull. And bring your palm to the floor, potentially pass through a down dog split, and then downward facing dog. Okay, rest for a sec, put your knees down on the ground. So we're gonna practice, we've done a similar sequence throughout this week. I've taught it several times with 3 different peak poses. So what we'll do today is Kaundinyasana, which is an arm balance. You can also work this one for Bird of Paradise, so many different poses. I can't even remember what the other peak pose was at the moment. I can't. But anyways, we're going to do Kaundinyasana today. If you've never done this arm balance, it's really good to do it with a block underneath the back thigh. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like if you need a visual. You're going to put the block on the highest level underneath your thigh. Walk your hands back slightly towards the block. Front knee is bent and you're going to aim to put the inner leg on the upper outer arm. Okay? You might be able to bounce your toes off and potentially you'll lean forward and look forward with your heart to get a little bit lighter on the block and potentially float up. Okay? So from your dog pose, I want you to step your right foot forward and outside of your right hand. Okay? So it's going to be a wide step. If you have a block and you're using a block, put it underneath your left thigh on the tallest facet. Oh my gosh, Adria, I didn't even see you. So now I want you to slip your hands back closer to your back foot. So the hands are going to slide back a little bit. Not a ton, okay, but just enough that you can start to transfer your center of gravity forward over the palms. Now, your right foot is going to swivel out to the side so that your inner knee can rest on your upper arm. That's it, Ryan. Good. Now, either push down with your left thigh into the block or press off of your back toes and shift your heart forward, like past or towards your fingertips. That's it, Claire. It's looking beautiful. Yes, Antoinette. So nice. Gorgeous. Okay, step back to your dog pose. Let's try the second side. So really this is just a lot of playing with moving your center of gravity forward and back and shifting your hands into, your platforms of balance. Okay, step your left foot outside of your left hand, so it's a little bit wide. Okay, use your block under your right thigh if you're using it. And then start to inch your hands back a little bit more. So they're really underneath like your low ribs more than your chest or your shoulders. Okay? And then start to lean yourself forward. Now when you're first learning this pose, lots of people use the elbows towards the outer edges of the belly as a way like to rest on something. Feel free to do that, but know that eventually you're gonna move that right elbow out and away from your rib cage. That's it, Antoinette. So nice. Good. Excellent, friends. Beautiful, Ryan. So good. Okay. We did it. We really did it, friends. Okay, lay on your backs. Chuck your blocks. Get them out of your way. And I want you to just come into constructive rest with your feet wide. Knees knocked together. We're going to open up our hip flexors now. So just let your legs swivel in either direction. Just kind of windshield wiper right and left and right and left. Let them fall over to the right side. And then cross your right ankle over your left outer knee. And then pressurize your thigh down to the floor. And also, use your right foot to slide your left knee further forward and down. As you do that, elongate your tailbone under, and this should give you a big stretch through the hip flexors, potentially the quads. It should feel really nice. And then take your ankle off of the opposite thigh, swivel the knees up and over in the other direction. Left ankle over right outer upper knee, and extend your thigh forward and down. Hook your tailbone under, and then take big breaths.
wide as your hips. I know I said chuck your blocks, but it would be helpful if you could reach them right now. So I want you to push your feet down, hook your tailbone up, and then lift your hips up on top of any kind of stacked block situation. They could either be on the medium facet next to one another, or they could be stacked low level, so you maximize height in the pelvis. Okay, put your hands on the outer edges of your mat and take your shoulder blades together a little bit. And I want you to aim to keep both sides of your pelvis at 3 o'clock on the right, 9 o'clock on the left. And you'll slide your right heel forward until your right leg is straight-ish. Now, when I did this pose for many years, this would give me low back pain. If that's the case for you, just keep a little more of a bend in your right knee. But everyone hook your tailbone under, pull your pubis up, pull your hip bones up, and then just let this open up your right set of hip flexors. And then rebend your right knee. I want you to lift your foot slightly and then draw your toes under and back for like a half virasana shape through the right leg. If this hurts your foot or it gives you a foot cramp, then you can just kind of dig the ball of the foot to the floor instead. Inwardly swing your right leg, pull your right hip up. And then slip your foot forward and down, and you'll take the other side. Straighten your left leg, sliding the heel forward until it's straight-ish. And then pull up on the left hip and open the chest. Hook your tailbone under and take a couple of breaths. Rebend your left leg, slip your foot up, catch the shoelace part of your foot and tuck it down towards the floor, inching your toes back towards your left shoulder to a degree. Release your left knee forward and down. The more you pull your pubic bone up, the more it will pull on the upper attachments of the quadriceps and give you this two-directional stretch. The quads pulling up and lengthening forward at the same time. And slip your foot forward until both feet are on the ground. I want you to lift your hips, remove your blocks. And before you land your pelvis on the ground, just kind of move it around, either in a circular motion or kind of swing it side to side like a hammock, but just kind of move little bits. Right leg up to the, actually both legs up to the ceiling in the interest of time. Take your hands to your hamstrings and then push your legs forward into the hands. Not a hamstring stretch, you're pushing the legs forward. Right thigh crosses over the left. Let's take Gomukhasana, Supta Gomukhasana, really. So nestle your inner thighs together, pull your feet out wide, and pull your feet down in the direction of the floor, and kick your toes up in the direction of your ears. Move your pubic bone forward, but pull your thighs closer to your belly. Switch. Take the left thigh on top. So you're really looking to roll your sacrum flat towards the floor, but you're encouraging your legs close. Okay, last symmetrical pose before we rest is constructive rest. So simple. Feet wide, knees together, hands somewhere on the belly. Just take a moment to settle. Settle into your last pose, Shavasana. Use any props that you'd like. You're always welcome to sit upright in lieu of Shavasana and take a seated meditation. Be as efficient
efficient as you can in grounding so that you don't waste a moment. Still your physical body. Calm your mind. Try not to move your body at all, but just call your mind back into your physical body. If you need a longer rest, just stay on your back, stay exactly where you are. If you're ready to come out of this, take your hands onto your belly and just start to feel your breathing in your hands. Bend your knees, feel the earth below your feet. Roll to your right side. And use your hands to come back upright into a seated pose. Again, do sit on something so that you can really create an intelligent posture through your spine. And see if you can extend that virtual antenna up from your crown. And really allow your awareness to be all-encompassing and not overly analytical. Just notice how you feel post-practice. Take your hands to a prayer at your heart and just use this moment to send yourself some grace. And maybe you can think about, think about anyone who loves you most in your life and who would care for you so lovingly in a time of need. And I want you to just consider that you can hold yourself with that same amount and same level of compassion and gentleness in any time that you're feeling vulnerable or less than or anxious. Okay, so just hold that in your mind as an option. Thank yourself for this practice today. And then empty your lungs out. Slow breath in for Om. So grateful that you're all here present with me. Namaste. Thank you all so much. It's so good to stay connected to so many of you, to all of you. Please come back. I'm on my regular schedule teaching now, Tuesdays through Thursdays, and I want to see your faces again. Hi, Amy. Okay, so I'll see you all next week. Feel free to send me requests anytime you want to learn something specific, okay? To all of you as well. Take care. Have a beautiful day.